Alright, hello, I'm Kurt Hamel, and today we're going to be talking about Google Analytics. What is it? Why do you need it? How do we get it on your website? And then from there, what do we do with it? And yeah, we'll be going over like the basic functions of Google Analytics. And basically, it's just like the best tracking and data analytics for websites there is. But yeah, I'm Kurt Hamel. I'm from Detroit, but this week I'm in Columbus, Ohio. So a little on-the-road webinar here at Serendipity Labs, where I do co-working from when I'm here. You can find me at kurthamel.com. And yeah, let's get into it. So first off, what is Google Analytics? Google Analytics is a giant data tracking platform built by Google, and they know data even better than Facebook. I think Facebook's taking a lot of blow for that privacy invasion stuff right now, and Google's just like, good job, Zuck. Keep zucking. But what it does is, you know those little cookies things that are on your website? So basically, they're always tracking where you've been, what you're doing on the web. They know if you click to a website from another website. They know all this stuff. So they're basically tracking all the links to and from your website. They track your user data number on like Google searches. They know what websites you use. It's basically creates a user profile and allows you to see different data of people who use your website, why they're using it, which pages are popular, how long they're on the website, bounce rates, stuff like that. And we're going to go into more detail on that later on. And if you liked what you're hearing today, feel free to like and subscribe because that always helps boost the channel up. And we do this every Wednesday. But yeah, so Google Analytics actually does have two purposes too. It tracks websites. It helps you track users on your website. We can also use it for apps. But today we're just talking about websites. We're not talking about apps, mobile phone apps. And yeah, in my opinion, it is the best way to track people on anything. It's just such a powerful, and it's free. Did I mention that? Google Analytics is free. And we're going to switch over to some screen capture mode because we're going to tell you how to set up today and then show you around what Google Analytics looks like. So let me throw away. Sorry, I'm just on my laptop today, so things are a little different. First off, I'm just going to give you a tour of Google Analytics. So the best thing to do, Google Analytics demo account. This is their analytics page for their Google merch store. So you Google it, it's the first thing that pops up. And you go down here to access the demo account, and you go here. So this will just give you an idea of what Google Analytics is, because it's a behemoth. Even if you have a small site, it's still great to track the numbers. This is obviously going to have way more traffic than most of your websites. It's one of Google's websites, obviously, and tons of people just come to it for the analytics example here, which I'm showing. But this is a free demo anyone can access. So you can just see everything here. Over in the top right, we got the dates and everything. You can see what time frame, compare dates and stuff. I'm going to go into more detail of this later, but I just want to give you a quick overview of what analytics is, and then we're going to go into how to install that, and then we're going to jump back to the analytics page. But as you can see how many users were here on different days. But that's basically a general overview of what analytics is. It's just tracking all the different stuff about all the users, how long they've been here, language, country, city. Like, you can see so much about them, and you can do different trackings, and you can create goals, and so many other things on analytics. So with that, so if you want to, so this is obviously not my Google Analytics account. I'm going to show you one for a little fun site I made called Shardy McDennis. This is, if you've anywhere Always Sunny in Philadelphia fans, they'll know Shardy McDennis from there. But this is a very brand new, just literally storing some data for a group of friends, not a real website. But to add that all to your website, right? This is much more what a brand new website would look like, which this is literally not even a done website, but we just thought I was going to use it for this demo purpose. They'll give you some tips and tricks up in the top right, which you can always figure out more with. But yeah, so you can even see it tracks even for free most basic websites there is. So this, I don't even know if this is I think I don't have this listed. You can't Google this website yet. You can tell Google to unlist your websites. So this is literally just my friends and I checking in on this website right now. But that's just to show you that you can go from the smallest website possible and track data and track stuff and you can see how many different users were on there and stuff. And they're all going to be from the US because they're all us. Um, but yeah, and so now if you want to go, so you go, once you create your account too, if you go to Kurt Hamel, what the heck? Sorry guys, they just updated everything a bit ago, and I'm still getting used to it a little. But yeah, beyond that, we're gonna go back to the demo account. So I can actually show you some real data and how to actually use Google Analytics. But I just wanted to also show an example that you can do this from the smallest website. And so what does that all entail, right? You can even see, so right here is your audience tab. That's your overview. You can see active users, lifetime value, which is not, for most of you won't matter, but you can see how often they're using it. But these are all the different user stuff. And you can even see their mobile rates and stuff like that versus desktop, what devices they're using, which is a cool one. You can see browsers. You can tell like who's using Firefox, who's using Edge, who's using Chrome. You can see what phones people are using. Apple iPhone, Apple iPad, just a mystery one. Google Pixel, like that's kind of interesting. So, and you can see stuff like in your demographics view, you can see age, gender, and you can also see like where they're from, what they like. Tons of data on these people. So for most of you though, this isn't really too big a deal. You don't really care about some of the more nuanced data. That's only for a larger firm. I know most of you guys watching this are probably a smaller business. So really what you want to do is gosh, it's hot in this room. Sorry, guys. Fun fact, I am actually sitting on the floor so we can get a better view for the camera today because I put the laptop on the chair. And yeah, I'm going to just talk to you guys for a second again instead of going more into that. But so for setting up your Google account, you can have 50 websites per account. So literally almost anyone. I don't even have 50 websites on my account. I was just showing you my personal account, but I have a business account too that I use to help set up other people's stuff. So that I've not even reached 50. So yeah, it's a big number for most people that you don't hit it, and it's free to just make another account too. So yeah, and most people I would recommend have a personal account and have a business account. That's what I do. And I'm going to assume most of you guys only have one website to worry about and track. And now to install the actual tracking stuff, you have to have actual access to the back end, to like the cPanel or whatever way you're hosting your website. You need to access the HTML and CSS files so you can insert the code. And it's called the so you go into your Google Analytics page, you pull out the code, the HTML code, and you copy and paste it into your website. So you go like this. Here, I gotta switch back to. Sorry, guys. So you Google Analytics account number, right? And so they walk you through all this right here. And so you go to your admin page. God, I thought it was actually from the admin page. Sorry. But yeah, so basically you grab this code. Now this is only if you don't have a platform using, like WordPress. You're going to want to install WordPress plugins that do it. There's the Yoast SEO, Yoast Google Analytics plugin that'll do it. WordPress Google Dashboard, so that's what I use. That'll do it automatically for you. And all you need is the key. If you're on Squarespace, you go to the home, from the home menu, you go to settings, then you get to external settings, and then you go to the Google Analytics account number, and you manually enter the code that you get from Google Analytics, which is I think I'm still on their account, aren't I? I'm sorry. Can't really do it from the demo account. I don't think so. Yeah, sorry. Um, and you go to the admin down here. And so what you would do is you need to create an account. This is also where you can add additional users onto your website if you need other people to fill it up. I'm still in the demo account. Sorry, guys. So you create a property. Oh man, they introduced data retention controls. I don't care. Sorry guys, my internet might not be the best here, but you create a property, website, you enter the website name, the URL, everything else about it, and you get your tracking ID, and that is where you go from there. So from there, you need to either enter the actual HTML code onto the back end of your website, into the coding area page, so they can track back and forth, or use an app, or like Squarespace, Wix, and all that will just take the tracking code too. So whatever program you're using, that's how you do that. And that's like the basics of setting everything up. And once you have that, you can start, it'll automatically, in real time, start tracking all the people, different users on your page. And in Google Analytics, you can also set up goals to track. And let me pull that up. So if you go into goals, you can set up goals for yourself. So like if you need to create a conversion page, if you're creating a funnel on your website, you can have that. You can see, you can do A/B testing and stuff like that, and that's usually the more advanced stuff. But it's just all good things to do, and eventually you can use all this account in your AdWords stuff too to see how your AdWords conversions are happening. And you can share all this data too in here with other people on your team and everything through. Well, this is the demo account, but top right you can just share everything, but you can create users and stuff like that too. So if you go home, you can share individual pieces with people on your team that you need to. But a lot of times, if you're sharing a lot of stuff, just create a new user management. You can give them different levels of permission. Sorry, guys, the internet's going a little slow here. But if you check, like, let's just say active users, for example, you can export that and share it both right here. Beyond that, that's just really the basics of Google Analytics. Let me check the questions and stuff, just to make sure. All right. But beyond that, it gets way more complicated. Obviously, the larger website, the more power you have with Google Analytics. But things you can do, so if you create A/B testing and you have two different pages, you can also see what blog posts are performing the best, what pages are performing the best, so you can narrow in on those and get rid of like your worst performing pages for SEO purposes and stuff like that. So if you have pages that like no one's going to, or the click rate's horrible, so they're going to it and leaving immediately, you might want to either fix those pages or get rid of them and stuff like that. So that's kind of what you use this stuff for. But yeah, so trying to go to Beaver for a second. But yeah, that's about it for Google Analytics, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about today, and there's no questions. Oh yeah, and also, so like this is the Google side of things. You can also use Facebook Pixel. Also does some great analytics. So if you're trying to track conversions from your Facebook or Instagram accounts, I would also set up a Facebook Pixel at one point, and that really basically tracks every user possible throughout the web. Because if you have their Facebook, Instagram, and their Google IDs, you basically know everything about these people, and you can really target specific audiences for your different parts. Oh, and here also I wanted to say really quick, you can see the different pages and everything. You can check out individual pages, see what's doing the best. Oh, and one last thing, everything explains itself if you hover it. really quick. So if you are on, let's say you're on the overview for audience, if you're really confused about what does a metric mean, it'll explain it. If you hover, you see that it'll pop up, and it tells you in depth what everything means. So if you ever have any questions, just hover over the name of something. But that's pretty much it for today. I'll be back in Detroit next week. But yep. All right. Thanks for coming, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Um, sorry. But yeah, thanks for coming. Like and subscribe. I do this every Wednesday. I'm not normally in a little room in Columbus, Ohio. But check me out at kurthamel.com, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and here on YouTube. Always a great place. But yeah, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter as well. All right, thanks. Have a great day.